India's defense budget puzzle, why bigger allocation didn't always mean bigger spending. Every union budget season, the spotlight predictably falls on the headline figure, India's defense allocation. Bigger number often translate into louder political messaging and heightened public attention. Yet beneath the optics of rising outlays lies a far more consequential question. How effectively has India actually spent what it promises for national security? A close reading of long term fiscal data from budget estimates to revised estimates and final expenditure reveals a nuanced, at the time, troubling story. Across successive governments from the UPA era to the NDA years, India has frequently grappled with a persistent gap between allocation and utilization. The pattern underscores not merely fiscal arithmetic but the deeper evolution of India's defense governance ecosystem. In the aftermath of Kargil, India embarked on a methodological capability rebuild. Capital spending rose steadily to address gaps in surveillance, artillery, ammunition, and high altitude preparedness. This was largely a catch up decade, broadly aligned with economic growth. Perhaps the most significant shift in recent years is behavioral rather than numerical. Pre 2014, revised estimates were relatively stable. 2014 to 2017, downward revisions reflects fiscal strength. Post 2020, upward revisions signaled proactive expansion. Most notably, fiscal year 2020 to 21 actual spending exceeded initial budget estimates, indicating rapid mobilization in subsequent year. Actual expenditure has tracked revised estimates far more closely. Despite recent improvements, structural risks remain. Defense revenue expenditure, especially salaries and pensions, continue to consume a large share of the budget. Future pay revisions, pension liabilities, or macroeconomic slowdowns could once again compress capital spending. The real test, therefore, is not whether India can surge spending during crisis, it clearly can. The challenge is whether the system can institutionalize execution discipline during fiscally tight years. India's defense story is no longer just about bigger budgets, it is about the state's growing ability to translate strategic intent into financial delivery. Years before 2017 demonstrated how fiscal pressure and institutional transitions can widen the promise for performance gap. Post Galvan phase, by contrast, shows a system learning to move with urgency and precision. If the current element between allocation and absorption hold, India's most consequential defense reform may not be headline weapons purchase. It may well be quiet but critical maturation of fiscal credibility in national security planning, where what is promised is increasingly what gets delivered.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.